So I got a new computer. Hey everyone, what's happening today? We're going over my new computer I just got. It's actually an amazing little gaming laptop, and we're going to go over what its specs are, for one, and what I've done with it, as far as what distribution I install on it, etc. So let's go ahead, let's jump over to my desktop and take a look at it. So here we are on the desktop. As you can see, it's Pop! OS. I've made some customizations, like I put the Dash to Dock extension down here with my favorite applications I run all the time. I've done some like I put in the color flow alt tab, all that kind of stuff. I've installed several programs. I've put Steam on here because, of course, it's a gaming laptop. There's a couple of reasons why I chose Pop! OS, and one is I've never ran it as a daily driver ever, so I've messed around with it in VMs and stuff, but never ran as a daily driver on anything. And number two, it's got an NVIDIA card in it, and I was feeling lazy, and I didn't want to go through and grab the proprietary drivers from anywhere else, so I just grabbed the NVIDIA ISO and installed Pop! OS on it and had it pre-installed for me. Now let's go ahead, let's take a look at the specs here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up a terminal and run a neo fetch, and we're going to go ahead and hit the maximize, and then, well, I was going to zoom in, but I forgot. As you can see, it says Pop! OS. It's 1910, of course. When Ubuntu 20.04 shows up, I'll be upgrading this. As you can see, it's running the generic kernel. I have not yet put the Licorice kernel on here. I will, probably. But as you can see, it's got a Core i5 7300 HQ, and that's a 4-core processor, 4 physical cores. Standard threading, though, not hyper threading. It's a 2.5 gigahertz, and of course, it's got NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 in it, and of course, it's got the Intel HD graphics on it as well. But of course, I've only got the NVIDIA on here activated. I don't need the Intel HD graphics. And then, of course, it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, for storage, it's got a 250 gig M.2 SSD. And that's, of course, my boot drive, and a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and I'll be upgrading this soon, probably to something like a 2 terabyte hard drive, most likely. Yeah, I'm gonna go big in this one. And this 4.3 block device, that would be a it's a mapper/swap, and then there's also a that's the what is it called? The SD card slot. So we're going to go ahead and close this. And so how does this perform? It performs great. I mean, it performs great for video editing and for games. We'll go ahead and close out of this and start up a game in a second. So we're going to go ahead and play Fallout New Vegas. I wanted to choose a Windows game, which Fallout New Vegas is just Windows. It doesn't have a Linux port. Also, I wanted to show it off, so we're going to go ahead and hit Options, and I've got everything set up to max settings. So we're going to go ahead and start this up. So here we go. As you can see, it's running at a 60 frames a second on max settings. I'm also captioning right now. It's actually pretty darn smooth. So let's go ahead, let's go and shoot something just for fun. Here we go, and we're gonna let's go mercenary grenade rifle. Where'd that big hole in it go? There we go. I'm just not gonna save it because this is gonna piss somebody off. There we are. And as you can see, this is actually running pretty darn smooth. And that's about all I'm going to do on this. I just wanted to show you it. So that was my new computer in a nutshell. Pretty much I'm going to be producing content straight from that computer from now on. Except for like distro reviews, etc. I might do that on a different laptop. Or I might do them in VMs, I don't know yet. But this is what I'm going to be using for content production. Also, I'm going to be playing some pretty badass games as well. Because what else would you do with a badass gaming laptop except play games and produce content on? I can't think of much. And a big thank you to Matt at LibreQuest Podcast for hooking me up with this laptop. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go ahead and link his podcast down in the description below. I will also be guest hosting some of those LibreQuest podcasts as well in the near future. So be on the lookout for that, and go ahead and add that to your podcast list on your podcast player of choice, whether it be Resume-Box, Castero, whatever. And we're going to be having a lot of fun with LibreQuest podcast. If you like this video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. If you don't, that's what that thumbs down button is for. And hit that subscribe button. And have a great day. If you like my content and wish to support my work, you can do so on Patreon. The link is in the description. Also, if you wish to see more, check out the videos on your screen.